What is up, YouTube? Back at you with another video. So check this out. I'm not one that believes in love, but contrary to what I believe in, there is proof that love exists. And if you don't believe me, go to a nursing home. Straight up. Go to a nursing home where you see a lot of couples where one half dies and the other half, even though they have dementia and Alzheimer's, the other half still remembers a portion of that person's existence. They may forget their children, their grandchildren, their great-grandchildren, what have you. But the reason why they don't completely forget about their significant other half is because if you've spent the last 65 to 80 years of your life recently living or being with that person, then of course you're not going to forget them. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. You know? And it's incredible, despite having memory problems, some of them can't remember what happened 5 minutes ago. I know it's a stereotype, but you get what I'm digging at here. Yeah. And even though like their significant other half could have died like 3 to 4 years ago, they still remember. You know, they still remember that person. And them wandering the nursing home looking for their other half, that is, in fact, yeah. Yeah. That's because back then, when people got married, it actually meant something. Till death do us part. These days, people are getting divorced just as quickly as they are getting married. Second thing to this, I've seen some ugly ass, retarded motherfucking dudes somehow manage to pull off a relationship. Maybe she's not the prettiest, but people say looks are not everything. That's half the truth. You get these women who say that looks are not... Seriously, you get these women who say that looks are not everything. Well, ask them what kind of guy they're into. And then they sit there and tell you that they like guys with muscles and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, ain't that about the most hypocritical thing on the planet? But here's the thing, you can't judge somebody based off the way they look. That's kind of unfair. But that's how society has, I guess, somewhat survived. The problem is, you cannot see inner beauty. If you could see what people were like on the inside, it would make life so much easier, and people could not be deceptive with their outwardly appearance. If you could see inside people and what they were really like, what kind of people they were really like on the inside, people couldn't use an outwardly deception to deceive people. Case in point, just because someone's wearing a business suit, looks like they're well-to-do in society, they could be the biggest scumbag on the planet. You know, you might see someone walk by in more casual clothes. Maybe he's got holes in their jeans, what have you. Don't mean shit. They could be the nicest person. They could literally be the nicest person on the planet. You wouldn't know that if you assumed based off of the way they dress. And here's the problem with this. You know, a lot of women get so sick and tired of, you know, people only seeing them for their boobs. And it's like, okay, here's the thing. You can't just dress flirtatious and then expect to garner respect. It doesn't work like that. You want to dress flirtatious because it makes you feel comfortable. You like the way it makes you look. Cool, that's your choice, you know? But you actually have to show you have personality. Otherwise, no one's going to take you seriously. You can't expect to garner respect without, you know, showing that, you know what I'm saying? You know, and that's just the thing of it, is people like me get this kind of crap all the time. People see me dressing all in black, wearing spikes, long ass fucking hair. They're like, well, who's this thug? He looks like he does drugs and listens to heavy metal. I bet he's a punk. So, I actually have to work to show that I'm more than just the way I look. You know? Things like holding the door for people, being polite. You know what I'm saying? Simple shit like that. Because that's what fucks with people the hardest. That's what fucks with people the hardest, is when they see someone and then they just fucking assume that person's going to be like this, this, and this, and then they see you act the complete opposite of how you really are. And it's like, whoa, that takes them for a spin because they don't expect it. Yeah. Now some women might complain, oh, that's so not fair. What? That you want to be able to dress however you want and not be judged for it? Wouldn't that be nice if you could just dress in whatever clothes you wanted to wear and not get judged for it? Unfortunately, that's not how life works. It'd be no different if I walked around wearing a humongous muscle t-shirt and tight fucking pants, showing off my bulge and my ass, and showing off my arms, and having people look at me like, ugh, he looks like one of those douchebag gym rats. All he does is work out and all he cares about is his physical appearance. Ugh. People would look at me like that and I'd be like, and if I showed no personality to garner for it, I would get treated like that. And it's unfair that people get treated like that. Just because you're a gym rat, people assume that you're vain and narcissistic. And I'm like, that's not necessarily the case, you know. Maybe people just like to work out because it makes them feel good. And for them, it's like smoking a cigarette. It gives them a chance to escape from the world. They put their headphones on. They put their fucking headphones on. They hit the weights, and that's all that matters for the next however long they do their workout. Yeah. But nah, man, like, there aren't a whole lot of things in our society that don't come without judgment. It's just the unfortunate truth of it. You know, and that's the thing of it. As I've seen some ugly ass retarded motherfuckers supposedly have a relationship. And maybe they're not the prettiest, but they still pull it off. So what the fuck is stopping you, you know? Patience is a virtue, though. And the longer you have to wait for something, the better it's going to feel when you get it. And that is definitely true when it comes to waiting for a girlfriend. Yeah. 110%. And if you think, okay, you're pissed because you haven't had pussy or whatever in a couple months, boo-hoo. There are some people who go their whole life without ever getting any. That'd be like going your whole life without trying ice cream and not being able to have it because you're super, 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 super lactose intolerant. One lick of ice cream would have you spraying the inside of the toilet for a good solid 8 hours. And everyone else just bragging about how delicious ice cream is, and you want to try it, but all you can have is popsicles, which not as good as, you know, man. Metaphorically speaking. So at least be grateful for whatever experience you do have. And if you don't have a girlfriend right now, don't feel bad because we all die alone eventually, so it don't matter. You could have somebody you love and care about, and you could have yourself married to that person, and it could be all hunky-dory, but then one day your other half's gone and you're left with nothing but memories. Nothing but memories. So, yeah. Don't feel sorry for people who are single because eventually they'll find somebody. I don't know. But don't count your chickens before they hatch. Even if you've only had sex with one girl in your entire life, it's still better than nothing. I'm just saying. You know, and people sit there and say, oh, don't worry, you'll find somebody. Yeah, don't count your chickens before they hatch. That's kind of like when your fat friend gets all self-conscious and they're like, oh, you don't think I'm fat, do you? And then everyone in the group says, oh, no, you're not fat. No. That's the same bullshit mentality they tell you when, oh, don't worry, you'll find somebody. And even they're like, well, I don't know. I mean, you know. But, and that's just the thing of it, you know what I'm saying? People say looks aren't everything, and no, they're not, but at the same time, everyone has a type. Everyone got a fetish, so don't even give me this, you know what I'm saying? So don't feel guilty because someone else told you that you're a pig for having standards. Because guess what? That makes them pigs too. Now with the New Year's coming around, people have been making resolutions. And New Year's resolutions are so fucking stupid because 9 times out of 10 people don't actually stick it through. They'll be sitting there drunk on Christmas Eve going, I'm gonna lose weight, or I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that. That's my New Year's resolution. And then right after New Year's Eve, about 3-4 weeks later, it's always an excuse, right? You think to yourself, oh yeah, I'll get to my New Year's resolution, maybe after this and that. Uh, you know what I'm saying? Like, and oh look, Black Friday shopping is almost upon us. I mean, America's annual purge. You want to watch adults act like children? Go to a crazy Black Friday shopping event. Watching adults fighting over stuff. I saw it first. No, I saw it first. And my biggest question is, what makes your spoiled ass bratty kid any more special than someone else's spoiled ass bratty kid? And when I'm hearing stories of shoppers trampling people to death, like literally crowding the front door to a shop to the point where the shopkeepers is saying, I'm not going to let you in until you back off. And then they just barge the door open and barge right in anyways. I mean, how commercial is that? That's just, ugh, dude. What kind of example are you setting for kids around Christmas when you're doing shit like that? Not a very good one. I'm just saying. You know, well, that's great. You know, your kid gets the newest gaming system. Oh, they're going to love that. Meanwhile, Joe Schmo working the Black Friday sales gets trampled to death. So he or she can't spend Christmas with their family because they died being trampled to death by a bunch of greedy shoppers. That's ridiculous, man. It's so ridiculous. Like, I don't know, here's something we could try doing this year. Shopping in a nice and neat and orderly fashion. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. As soon as the Thanksgiving feast is over, you're camping out in your car for the next, what, day and a half? Or day, just so you can be the first person in line? Shitting in a plastic bag? Wiping your ass with disposable wipes? Just so you can be the first person in line to be the first person to save a couple extra bucks. Nah, dude. No. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, YouTube. That is beyond ridiculous. And here's the thing of it. We could start by not hoarding by the door, trampling it down. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a bit excessive, man. When you have a mob of shoppers. And here's the thing of it. Okay, these people, they literally act like it's the goddamned apocalypse and that it's the last time they're ever gonna buy it. That's how it is. Like that's how they act, and it's like, what the fuck, dude? Here's the thing of it. A lot of these shops are very grateful for your purchase. That's why they have the sales. So there's no need, you know, no need for that shit. Try going to the store on Black Friday just to buy some toilet paper. You walk in there and it's just crowded with people. Like, holy shit. So maybe we could try being a little bit more civil when it comes to Black Friday shopping, because it's pretty ridiculous. What do you think other countries are going to think when it's on the news? Today in America, this many people died on Black Friday because of blah 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 blah. Ew, dude. Just yuck. I mean, I know you shouldn't really give a shit what other people think, but at the same time, ugh, dude. Anyways, back at you with another pipe thoughts. Get you cool cobras on the flip side.